I am super excited. I have a few minutes while all my boys are out playing. So, number one, say hello when you hop on. Let me know what you've got going on today or this part of your homeschool journey. We are winding down the year. And so, it's a really great time to talk about creative lesson plans. And this is a new creative bug that I have. Super excited about this because this is how I homeschooled all five of my boys. This is why, well, okay, I'm going to take total credit here. So, and I don't mean this to be arrogant. This type of teaching is why my kids are amazing. It's the ability to create a learning burrito around a topic, a subject that they love. So go ahead and say hi. If you have, so do me a couple favors. Give some love to this feed when you see it. So like it, love it, comment, tell me that you don't think my hair looks that gray, something. Just say hi. The second thing is if you're thinking, wow, I really wish Bekki would make a creative lesson about, and then pick a topic, drop that in the comments here or follow the link in the descriptions and drop it there in the comments because I am going into machine gun creating mode. And once I start making lessons like this, it becomes so addictive. I just love the whole process. So I have a couple things to show you. Say hi, comment, shoot me some ideas in the comments below or in the link. Creative, easy lesson plans. So the secret sauce, and I mean this with all sincerity, is you observe your kids, you pay attention, or you randomly pick a topic out of your hat. And it could be anything. It could be frogs. It could be dogs. It could be Christmas. It could be tacos. Doesn't matter what it is. Then you enter into this first box. I call it the experience first box. Because until they taste it, until they hear it, until they touch it, until they feel it, then the kids don't really care about a topic. But once they've tasted and seen that something is amazing, then you can add the academics to it later. So take a topic, and I am going to pick, I'm going to pick hummingbirds randomly. My husband got me this amazing puzzle to help slow me down. I'm going to pick hummingbirds for a second. And you're going to want to think about hummingbirds through the lens of how can I get my kids to experience this topic? Because what you're looking for is a spark. You're looking for excitement. You're looking for passion. Because the more you can touch and massage a particular topic with your kids, the more you ignite their own creative juices. And then as you layer math and history and science and writing lessons on top of it, they don't even realize that they're learning. It's amazing. So thinking about the topic of hummingbirds, is there a way that we can taste hummingbirds? Now, we're not going to go catch hummingbirds and make little teeny tiny roasted hummingbirds, but we could talk about what is it that hummingbirds like? And this is the kind of stuff that you figure out on your own first, and then you expose your kids to it. So you might want to mix hummingbird food and then have that be a taste. You might want to think about, is there any kind of music, any kind of a rhythm, any kind of a rhyme, any kind of poetry that you can have your kids listen to? When I was a little girl, my parents always had bird feeders and hummingbird feeders around our house. And the sound of hummingbirds zipping around is fantastic. So finding some links about hummingbirds and the sounds that they make would be amazing. And you're putting all these things in your toolkit. You're going to be picking 3 to 5 different ways to touch a topic from that first box. So maybe you're going to find a documentary on hummingbirds, or a little children's video, or a story about a killer hummingbird or something. Then you're going to be looking for places that you can visit hummingbirds. Pet stores, not necessarily, but maybe zoos. My dog sees something. Hey, Sprocket. Sprocket. No, don't bark. You see if you can find where you can see them in the wild. You're going to go to the library or Amazon or your own bookshelf, and you're going to look for children's books all about hummingbirds, ideally 3 to 5 of them, or you create like a little a library display in your own house. It's called strewing, when you grab 5, 6, 7 books on a topic and then you just put them on your windowsills and you see if your kids migrate towards them. Are they interested in them? And then you're going to look for arts and crafts that go along with that topic that will help your kids touch whatever that topic is. So now you're loaded with a whole bunch of ideas: hummingbird food, the sounds of the hummingbird, movies or documentaries about a hummingbird, a field trip where you go and maybe you take pictures or you sketch or you just observe the hummingbirds. You've grabbed some books from the library, and you also have an arts and crafts type thing that you're going to do. From this point, you're going to pick 3 that you think your kids are going to just adore. I always recommend that you add the storybooks. So see if you can get the kids interested in the actual stories, but you're seeing if they love them. If they do, then you start touching on math and history and science and spelling and vocabulary and such. You can take any topic and turn it into a 3-day unit like this that you do with your kids. If they love it, you go deeper. You find more activities, do a research project, create a PowerPoint presentation, create an art gallery of different kinds of pieces that you have put together for your kids to learn and study. If they hate it, then you just set it aside. So why does this work? Because you're touching all of the senses as your child is learning. So I'm in the process of going through and I am creating different creative lessons as a springboard for you to see if you can wet your child's whistle for learning. So there are only 2 that are complete right this second. I have the pasta unit and I have the gingerbread unit. Now they're available for free for you if you get on that section of my email list so that I know that you want them. Each one of these units is going to be a for sale thing on my blog, Teachers Pay Teachers, and Etsy. But you don't need to buy it because you're part of my community. What I want you to learn, what I want you to glean is the magic of this wagon wheel approach to learning, where if you can imagine a bicycle wheel that has a circle in the middle and has all these spokes around the outside, you put any topic in the middle and then you connect that topic to different spokes of learning. So sure, you want to touch the core 4 of math, language, history, and science, of course. But is there a biblical connection? Is there a physical exercise that you can do? Is there an arts and crafts? Is there food? Is there music? Because when you do that, learning becomes fun and your kids will not feel like they are in school. Instead, they're gonna feel like they're playing all day and you're gonna know that you nailed it. Pay attention. You're gonna know that you nailed it when daddy comes home and they're like, hey dad, guess what? And then they start spouting out something that they learned. Or, grandma, guess what? And they're spouting out what they're learning. Then you know that you got their heart. This is immersive, creative, thematic learning. Yeah, it might be considered a unit approach as well, but I've always used the term wagon wheel. Now, these quick jump lessons they're not the last ones. There's a whole bunch that are coming. And I have people that are starting to give me suggestions of what they would like to see. So number 1, go to abetterwaytohomeschool.com. And right there where that oval is, that's the creative lesson plans. In there, you'll find the link so that you can tag yourself so that you get them for free. And then they will trickle out to you as I create, package, and publish them. And then know that you can drop your own suggestions here in this link or there on the website. So far, people are asking for things like the five senses, character, different kinds of animals, different kinds of sports, countries or continents like Australia, frogs, dinosaurs. And the way that this will work in stereotypical Bekki fashion is the ones that catch my eye and ignite my own imagination and curiosity will get created first. And then when you are inside those lessons, they will be loaded with video and reading jump starts. So here's the heart behind these quick starts. There's enough here to keep you and your kids busy for 3 days minimum. And I've given a slight skeleton for how you could map out 3 days of learning. Inside each of those topics, so video and learning, there will be some suggested video or reading. Inside the language arts, there will be suggested activities that you can do for writing or for vocabulary development. There are ideas for math and crafts and for science and hands-on fun. These are not intended to be a only do these lessons. Okay, these are springboard ideas to get you and your kids started. Now, where am I finding these resources? Some of them I'm creating or I have already created and I'm packaging them into these mini units. So that's the first thing. Some of them are mine. Some of them are gleaned off Discovery or National Geographic or YouTube, just videos that I have found to be very valuable about this topic. Some of them are from bloggers or other homeschoolers that I just adore their resources. So most of the things that are on here will be free resources. Some of them will link you to things that are for sale, but none of them should break the bank. So you can do all of these mini units for free, but when your kids love it, I mean love it, don't be afraid to invest a few dollars to expand their horizons. When my youngest son decided that he wanted to be a cardiothoracic surgeon, we did all of these things. We found videos, we found reading. I developed some vocabulary activities for him. We did not really math so much, but arts and crafts. He created a 3-dimensional paper thing of the heart. And then for science, he really dug into his note-taking skills for anatomy. But then when I saw that this was something that he didn't just like, it was something that he loved and he really got sucked into, then I invested a little bit of money. I got him some of those coloring anatomy books that are fantastic. I got him some plastic models of the heart. And we also got him some suture kits so that he could practice doing some stitches. So don't be afraid once you see that your kids actually love a subject to throw a few dollars at it, because it can be the difference between them learning something or embracing and really taking hold of what it is that they're learning. So these easy lesson plans are meant to bless you. Some of them, probably most of them, will not apply to you and your family, but some of them will. So these are the types of things that if you are sick or if there's an emergency in the house, I want you to be able to grab one of these and know that you have at least 3 days worth of learning at your fingertips. The stories, I'm looking for resources that actually have read aloud to you online so that somebody else can read your children a story if you are not able to. But any of the titles that I'm suggesting, find them at the library first. But if your kids love them, go ahead and invest in a copy of them. If you happen to purchase anything that I create, just know that it goes towards funding and supporting everything that I do online. So I try to keep my prices extremely reasonable because, hey, I've been homeschooling 25 years and I know that we pull from the food budget in order to educate our kids. So I'm never trying to break the bank in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so that's it. easy lesson plans. Always, always, always start with experience first. Okay, taste it, listen, watch it, visit, stories, touch it, just hands-on learning. And then add the academics on top of it. And you too will find that you explode your child's ability to absorb the material that you're trying to get them to do. So I hope that makes sense. Give this feed some love. Comment below if you have things that you want me to create, because I have the time right now. My kids are homeschooling out. They are they're in college, and they're starting to get to that place where they don't need diapers changed. They need new fresh razors to get their face cleaned. So I have time to actually make these units for you and make them amazing. And then my last tidbit, if you don't know how to organize your lessons, the best thing that I ever did when I was a new homeschooler is I got a crate with hanging file folders, and I numbered them from 1 to 31. Those are the dates in a month. And then I would put my lesson plans and everything that I was doing inside of the hanging folder. So I would look at the calendar and it would be the 18th, and I would go to number 18, and there would be an activity or a lesson or a resource that I had at my fingertips that I could work with my kids. So if you don't have a filing system in any way, keep it super simple, just like a banker's box with some hanging files, which you can get at the thrift store right around the corner, wherever that is, and 1 through 31, and just organize your lessons that way. But I hope this helps. I am super, super excited to bring these lessons to you and to bring them to life for your kids. You are not bound by your curriculum. You do not have to do page 47 of a math book, when instead you can study something like a hummingbird, and you know that page 40 whatever was about multiplication, so you can find some hummingbird multiplication things for your kids to touch and explore and to work with. They will have learned the concept or practiced the concept, but they'll be so deep into the unit that they won't even realize that they're doing school. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you have a blessed and wonderful Christmas and Happy New Year. And I look forward to delivering these things to you. They'll come through email at you. So one of the very first resources that you get is this creative lesson plan. And so you make a copy of that and you put that with your lesson planning materials so that you remember to touch on 3 in the first box before you jump to the academics. So anyway, that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. And drop me some suggestions, because I want to make what it is that you and your kids want to learn about. So anyway, on your mark, get set, go. Have a great day. Bye.